Well, good afternoon. I got the, what do you call this? The conversion yoke from 7290 to 7260. That's what this is right here, 7290. You can see that on a previous video that I uploaded. This is a Moog part number 347, and it'll fit right here. Let's see here. See, that'll fit right here. And this is smaller for my for the drive line. So that's what I have on the Duster. I have a 7260 on there with a 323, and I believe it's a 742 carrier, but it's not a shear grip. This is a 489. It's a 489 carrier with 355 gears. It's 11 and 39, so you divide that, it's 355 or 354.5, something like that. Anyway, but it is a shear grip. It has been rebuilt, and that's what's going on the green Duster. But we're not going to work on that today. We're going to finish putting the bottom end together on this thing. Finally. Got the oil pump right there and bolts. I went ahead, and what I do is I heat them up and then just put them in oil, and they come out with this black oxide color or whatever it is. Anyway, I don't know if that does it any good. I just think they look cool instead of just being silvery. So that's what we got going right now. Here's the oil pump. It has been modified. The machine shop, Cogswell Marine down in Chula Vista, they do the machining on it. They machined in here, do something with the gears. I don't know. I didn't want to take this apart, but they go ahead and they safety wire the whole thing, do something with the gears, and it's got a washer right there for more oil pressure, I guess. It is a high volume. It's a 72 HV, just to give it more oil pressure. This block, if you look at the other videos, you could see where they also did, the machine shop did this priority oiling on it. And what that does is it feeds oil from the back side all the way to the front for the two front mains, or the mains and the caps right here, because that's the last place oil gets to. Anyway, let's get this 360 assembled, and we'll go from there. Right, these go toward 35 foot-pounds. Let me get my trusty torque wrench here. There we go. 35. I'm gonna go a couple turns before full torque. Let's see here. There we go, 35 foot-pounds. This is not a digital one, it's a mechanical one, but it served me well. It's an old Matco one. I've had it a long time. So back when I worked at the dealership, I've had it since. So still a good little tool. Always bring it back to zero. And you'll you'll never have a problem with that. Okay, on the rear oil pan seal, there's these little grooves that go in there. Make sure that on both sides you don't have any silicone on there, because if there is silicone, this will not seat properly and you're going to get an oil leak. The oil pan gasket actually goes under there, and there's still enough gap in there for it to seal. You can see it right there, it's actually sealed pretty good. And the oil pan, I decided to put the chrome one on it. It's just, the other one was just way too expensive for what I'm going to use this motor. It doesn't need the baffles or anything. So what you want to do is you want to more or less line that up as best as possible so it doesn't touch the bottom of the sump. Once the pan's on, you start, tightening them down, crisscross it, that way it seats perfect. And again, a little bit of silicone here won't hurt on the front and the back, so you don't want any leaks. Pan's on. Unfortunately, I didn't have all the bolts ready, so I didn't want the silicone to start drying on me, so I went ahead and just put all mismatched bolts. But I got some coming in. I thought I had them ready. I guess I didn't. Anyway, this is where we're going to leave the this video here. This is the bottom end is done. I'm going to have to put this on still. I let a friend of mine borrow my harmonic balancer installer, so he should bring it back within the next couple of days or so. You never want to hammer your balancer on. I don't care what people says. Get an installer, and you won't ever damage anything. Plus, that's a fluid damper right there, so you don't want to smash it with anything. Anyway, I'm gonna get those bolts, put them on there, paint the block. I don't know. Hemi orange looks good, but this here looks better. I won't say the name, but there it is. This is a nice bright orange color. So I don't know, or maybe I'll just paint this one black. I don't know. This is the original blue color. I have some of it down there still. But anyway, that's where we're at with the 360. I'm still debating on whether or not to put it on the car or not, or just keep the motor that's in it and use that beefed up transmission with those 355s. That should be a pretty good street brawler. Anyway, that's where we're going to leave this video. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think of this build. And we'll see you next time.